Hi there, everyone. This is Scott Nicholson, and we're getting ready for a very special occasion tonight. We are getting ready to crack open Risk Legacy. Warning, there will be spoilers in this video, so if you don't want any spoilers, stop now. But it's very exciting. Jason, would you like to open the lid for us?
Okay.
Ooh. So you have these packets here. Open when all 9 minor cities have been founded. Open the first time a faction is eliminated. And a board we are to sign before we play that say, we, the undersigned, take responsibility for the wars we are about to start, the decisions we will make, and the history we will write. Everything that is going to happen because of us. Exciting, and here we are! With a Christmas tree. So let the wars of Christmas trees begin. I'll check in with you all later. Right, so we've gotten started. We've all chosen the race we're going to be playing for this first game. And now I've chosen the Enclave of the Bear, oddly appropriate. And we're going to then pick one of these two special abilities to have forever and ever, and the other one we throw away forever and ever. So big decisions here that's going to change the game forever. Forever! First blood has been struck by the bears. Russia was far too powerful, so I came trudging in. I threw down a scar, which means forever Russia is going to be short of ammo. And my bears jumped on his capital, had a party. Woohoo! Boom, down, boom, down, boom, down, boom, down. So we're partying Russia, which means I take one of his valuable stars. If I get one more, I win the game forever! So we've just finished our first game. This is only about 2 minutes after the video you just saw. Because what happened is, after I rushed over there and put a scar down, then he came up from Australia and rushed in with a bunch of guys and took my headquarters, and I took his headquarters, which gave him 4 stars, which made him the victor! Yay! So these two folks over here got to play one turn of their first game, and that's the first game of Risk Legacy. We're going to play another game. Maybe not this one, but no, we're gonna try moving on and see what happens next. So I'll keep you informed. So we finished our first game, and what happens is the winner signs the board that they won the game. Thanks, Scott, because he took me over to win the game. So his advantage is he gets to name a continent. Now the player who does this, his research is on arousal in games. I'm not going to go any further with that, but so he has made Arousala. And then we have some other cities that have appeared, so the losers get to put a city on the board and name it. And so I have decided up here we need to have Tulip Town 2. So these are now forever! And now we're going to venture into Game 2 of Risk Legacy. It should be said that we actually spent more time naming our cities than we spent playing the first game of Risk Legacy. On the other hand, we're having fun doing it, so that's okay. Actually, are we having fun? Let me talk to the other players and see what they think about this. Hi there, who are you?
I'm Elliot.
Hi, Elliot, and you were the winner of this last game.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell people a little bit more about what arousal is about in games?
Arousal is how excited or frustrated or anxious. It's the scientific term of it. And I find it extremely fascinating and arousing.
Well, there you go. And who else do we have over here? And now the loser couch, which I need to join them on. So who's this on the floor?
I'm Owen McIntyre.
Hi, Owen. And what'd you think of our first game?
I thought it was pretty awesome. There was a kind of Pyrrhic moment as you were struck down after having invaded my capital. So although I feel angry or resentful about Elliot for exploiting his pre-knowledge of the game's strategy, I still feel vindicated because, having my capital retaken, even if it was by Elliot, is a great thing.
And so the folks over there got to do one turn. What did you think about your one turn of Risk Legacy?
I definitely got South America.
And what did you call your city?
Chumpton.
Chumpton, which
It's in eastern Canada. I don't really know what's up there.
Okay.
Chump.
And what did you think of all this?
I mean, it was a lot of fun watching it happen, and that's about all I did. But but I'm okay with that so far. Hopefully I'll get to do a little bit more the next time. My town is in Egypt, and it's called Vargaville, which is a play off of my last name.
All right. And what was the name of your city?
Mackie Massendon.
So, the legacy continues. I'll talk to you later.
Put the
Like,
guy
he's
there.
clearly gonna win the game.
The guy there.
All right, so
Idiot.
we are ways into our second game now, and as what I would guess would happen, the person who won the last game was targeted and pinched. That's the red player there. He's been pinched in quite tightly. The other thing that's happened is there have become some social agreements between players.
Scott
So
actually follows.
I make peace treaties that I follow, which I have with several of the other players, in order to help this outcome of not letting the person who won last
I
time
don't
win
think
this
I
time. And so we're watching this happen. Now, the game actually has a balance for that. The goal of the game is to get 4 of these stars. And you start the game if you're... What's the rule on the number of stars you start with? Everyone starts with 1 for their home
Unless
territory.
you have a missile.
And then you don't start with any if you've won a game.
Yeah.
So if your name's over there, you get a missile, which helps you win combat. And if you have a missile, you don't get that second star. So those of us that are losers start with halfway to winning the game. Jason's got 3 of his 4 stars, so if he can take over 1 more capital, he'll win. And he has a goal of which capital to take. And so we'll see where that goes. That's right. Thank you. Hand of Owen.
Spoiler ability.
All right, so here we are. This is major spoiler moment. So if you don't want to be spoiled, turn the video off now. For those
Put
of you
your
that are
shirt
still
back
watching.
on, Owen!
So we've had our first player elimination. Poor Owen was taken out of Africa by the Jason Knott, who is that big, massive body of guys there.
Thing right there.
So now we're going to dip into the packets, and one of the packets is open the first time a faction is eliminated from the game. Here we go. Dun 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 dun
Looking
dun
pretty good.
dun dun dun. Oh, it's exciting. Oh, just rip it.
Yeah, just do it. Whatever.
It's like Christmas. A big,
Cards!
Many
Oh.
scars.
a big packet of cards.
And comeback powers. And an evolution card.
And stuff.
And some stuff about the war progressing. Exciting. Do we want to see what it is?
Probably.
Alright.
So we're going to cut it off right here. You won't know any more details than that, but you can see we got this big pile of cards, and now the game's going to change.
I think I have one of these.
So we are coming to nearing the end of our third game. The third game is a little less crazy than the first 2 were. Things are kind of calming down a little bit, but we're still 5 open packages. So in this game, people are kind of figuring out how things are played, how the board is changing, how the world is changing. So we're coming up on the end of it. So what have I thought about it? I think it is a good deal better than normal Risk. I think having this evolving world is quite interesting. It's a neat idea. It does take some getting used to actually permanently changing the board and the world and things like that. And my fear about this game is that it's going to be a game you have a flash in the pan, you're excited about it for a while, then it's going to fall off. But on the other hand, that's not really that much different than most of the other games that we're playing. So, why don't we chat with the other players and see what they think about this as we're continuing on with our third game. Owen, what are you thinking about this now that we're in our third game?
I think this game and the last game
Oh, so it's a +1 to both?
were really interesting. So, in particular,
No, his 4 and
this game is way less silly than the previous game, I think.
Yeah.
In the previous game,
Elliot was saying.
Elliot got sandwiched over here between me and Greg, which then stopped both of us from really doing anything. Which meant that you two could divide up the world when Jason eventually won. But this time, like, I think everyone sort of has a chance except for your unfortunate star. So, like,
We'll just say I made bad choices.
so both the game is getting possibly better as the board evolves, and then also I think we're getting better at playing.
The alliances are getting really
interesting.
annoying.
Yeah. Really annoying to
This
say.
alliance is pissing me off right now.
It's not even an alliance.
Elliot's a bad diplomat.
I do
All we
not
did-
make stupid
All we did
alliances.
was build a wall.
So now you've played this. This is your 15th game of this. You've got another board you've played 12 times on. So now how is this holding up for you over time?
This one's actually, so I played it with my brother, so I only had 2 people, so it was a 3-person game, which is kind of light on Risk, so it's really fun playing with 5 people who are kind of at the same intellectual level, no offense to my brothers.
Well, we don't know which way that went. You know.
Either way, someone should be mad.
But no, I'm really, really enjoying it. It's been good. It goes a lot slower, like, there's so many things that I want to happen, but since there's 5 people here, it's taking a lot longer for the packages to open. Which
Okay.
is fine.
Jason, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I tend not to go for dudes on a map games so much. But the fact is, like, the randomness of the scars and the things that happen in the overall spirit of the game kind of encourages you to not take it as seriously. I mean, it is less silly than the previous one, as Owen says. But it's managing to keep me not overly emotionally invested. For example, I like the fact that you spoilers alert, get bonuses for being eliminated, so I'm kind of hoping I get eliminated. Which makes it much more enjoyable, I think.
And Greg, any thoughts?
I'm having a lot of fun. I do like the fact that it changes as you go on, and it kind of totally, like, in addition to you learning more about the board, you're also shaping what there is to learn, right? You're shaping what it's going to be like in the future. So the more we reinforce the things that we're learning, the more they become true, which hopefully makes me better at it eventually.
What's going to be interesting to see is that so we have areas of the board now that are much stronger than other areas. And it'll be interesting to see if there are people that always start in those areas or if there's actually really a lot of fighting for those areas. I do believe there are things that are going to come that allow us to decrease the power of those areas as well. So it'll be interesting to watch what happens there. So that's an evening of Risk Legacy. We're on our third game. This will be our last game for the evening. And we have started our own little world there. So I'm back home from my first night of Risk Legacy, and so now I've thought about the game a little bit as I came home. Would I buy this game? No, I won't buy it. It's nice to try it with someone else's copy. If you are in a situation where you're going to have the same 3 to 5 people, and you're willing to commit as a group to play through the game enough times to unlock everything, then I think it's something worth considering. If you're into the dudes on a map, blow each other up game, it's also worth considering. I'm not really into that kind of game. I had an enjoyable time tonight. I look forward to exploring more of the game with these folks. But now that I've tried it, I don't plan on adding it to my own collection. One of the reasons why I wanted to do a video with spoilers in it is because there's plenty of content out there where people are not spoiling any of it. And I was finding being very frustrating trying to make a decision. Well, do I want to spend the money on this game? And so I decided to at least show you a couple of things that you're going to see. And I think it's going to give you a good idea if it's a game that you want to purchase. So that's a not-so-quick in-play review of Risk Legacy. An interesting game. Whether or not I'm going to buy it doesn't matter. It's an interesting concept. And one that I think will change. We'll see more games that do this kind of thing in the future. So that's it. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.